What's going on, Broncos Country? We are live. I'm very sorry for the late kickoff on our end, but we have not missed anything. No score so far, 0-0 with Justin Fields and the Steelers taking it to Bo Nix and the Broncos in Denver. Welcome on into the Broncos breakdown. Let's get some good vibes going in the chat. Spam F for F. Petey for being late to his own game. Hand up. That's my fault right there. We ran into some speed bumps before this game started, but we are live and we are with you guys for the next 3 hours as the Broncos and Steelers both try to improve their record in Week 2. Denver searching for their first win. Pittsburgh searching for the top of the AFC North. The Browns won. Bengals are playing right now. And the Ravens lost at home to the Raiders. Spam FPD in the chat. Understandable. I deserve it. Let me hear it. 97 people watching right now. Thank you guys so much for your patience. Whew. Let's do this thing. First and 10 for Bo Nix and the Broncos. Dump over the middle, gain of 6. Denver football. Reed, you focus on just what we talked about earlier and nothing else. I'll take care of the slack stuff. Second and 4 for Denver. Second and 4, and a run for Jaleel McLaughlin does not go very far. I don't give a buck with a $20 super chat. Let's go. Whew. I don't give a buck. A $20 super chat. Let's give the Steelers hell of a time. Show them what Denver does best. I like it. I don't give a buck. We'll get your super chat on screen in a little bit. Producer Reed is fighting a few fires right now. 3rd and 2 for Nix, though. He is sacked. He lost his footing, and it's one of the softest sacks you'll ever see. I don't know if he's ever downed. Watch this for a moment with me. So, good pressure from the Steelers, right? Yada, yada, yada. But he falls kind of on his own as he loses his balance, and then he stays on the ground. I don't think he was down until someone came over and tapped his leg like it was a game of tag. So Riley Dixon punts it away on 4th and 8, so a couple of punts to open up the game. And Calvin Austin, Who's Miles Austin? Decent return, and Justin Fields will have good starting field position, but a flag down. Let's see what the flag is. Penalty is on the Steelers. Yep. Oh, yeah. Right. Let's do it right now. All right, while they're at commercial, I do want to tell everyone watching about our great friends that are supporting today's video, and that would be Game Time. So if you are looking to get to a Broncos game, a Nuggets game soon, or an Avs game, get started with Game Time and take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, but again, create an account and redeem code CHAT Sports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. Also, a quick shout out to our sponsor, Prize Picks. If you want to maybe make some money while watching the Broncos. Well, with Prize Picks, that's America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, you can turn $10 into $1,000 with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks has so many awesome deals for Broncos Country, which is why you should download the app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. So some quick shout-outs to our great sponsors. 195 people tuned in at the moment. If you are ready for a Broncos win today, show me by liking the video, but more importantly, by spamming in the chat DEN. I want to know who you got, Broncos or Steelers. Spam DEN in the chat for me. Let's go, Broncos Country. I'm giving shout-outs to Angela P., Broncos for Life, Adam Kelly, Florian Swanson with a $10 super chat, Dion Sharp. I thought that might be, I wonder if that's related to Shannon Sharp. Dion, what was Unk up to last week? Ty Man, the Buckeyes here. Charles Bell, Garrett Ringy, good to see you, Garrett. Kelly, Broncos fan 101, keep spamming DEN in the chat. Justin Fields, play fake. He is going to avoid a sack and pick up about a yard or two. So the Steelers, after the punt return penalty, we backed up a little bit. Okay, 2nd and 9. We'll get to all the super chats in just a moment. Fields hands it off. Najee Harris picks up 3 yards. 3rd down. Get those 3s in the chat. Let's go. The horse name. Third and 6, spam those 3s. And they find George Pickens for a 1st down. The one guy in their offense that actually scares me. George Pickens on 3rd down moves the sticks. One thing you just can't really afford. First and 10. Fields in the gun. Fields, pressured by Jonathan Cooper, slips out of another sack and then another one by Zach Allen. Turns 1st and 10 into a 15-yard pickup. I mean, truly like a 25-yard swing. He gets about 15 yards, and he nearly lost 10. That is the durability and the athleticism Justin Fields brings to the table.
Let's go, baby. Come on. Good tackle. Oh, Singleton there. Makes that 2nd down. I'm juggling a lot of things right now, so the clock will not be updated. There's a lot of stuff going on, but as soon as we got it under control, we'll be good.
We're going to get all the super chats. 218 people watching right now. Only 55 likes. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. 2nd and 6. Under center. Fields takes the snap. He hands it off. Najee Harris is going to get about half of the yardage needed. Third down. Oh, my goodness. I don't give a buck with a $100 super chat. Everyone starts spamming buck in the chat. You know me, Best Petey. I challenge you to do 100 jumping jacks. I don't give a buck as either trying to be the MVP of today's show or just kick my ass. Either way, he's winning. 3rd and 3. I got to start at some point. And the Broncos jump off sides. I thought that'd be a fun, tie-in. The jumping jacks and the third down stop. No, it's a free first down. Okay, Buck, we're going to break down the 100 jumping jacks into, 10 jumping jack increments. Kind of stretch that bad boy out a little bit. But the first one for I don't give a buck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a flag. 8. What's the call? 10. I don't give a buck. 90 more coming your way. Jumping jacks. Neutral zone infraction on Jonathan Cooper. I would say I feel embarrassed for getting a sweat going, but if you guys could see the lights beaming down on me, the jumping jacks and the lights, that's a good workout right there. Did the center kind of move the ball a little bit? 1st and 10. They have to be consecutive, Adam?
What?
Adam. I'm not actually Patrick Surtain. You think I have that type of conditioning? 1st and 10, a run for the Steelers with Jaylen Warren goes for about 3.5 yards. Bengals have a 3-0 lead over the Chiefs, by the way. We'll keep monitoring that score for you all. Last week, the Steelers ran the ball 62% of the time, number 1 in the NFL. A handoff to Jaylen Warren on 2nd and 7 goes for about 15 yards.
There we go.
All right. 10 more jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get a stop, please. They will run it. 80 more jumping jacks to go. I did some extra ones there just for Adam because I'm not doing it in consecutive order. 1st and 10, inside the game time red zone. Fields, play fake. He wants to pass, floats it, end zone, no, caught at the 3. Pat Freiermuth makes a nice catch, and the Steelers are inside the 5-yard line. Nice throw from Justin Fields. Yep, it's a catch. Freiermuth gets 3 feet in bounds. Cody Barton is pointing can someone get my guy? How about you get your guy, Cody? First and goal from the 4-yard line. Wilson under center. Is going to avoid a sack. No! Down he goes! Zach Allen, is it? No, it's the rookie, Jonah Ellis. Wrong white guy. Jonah Ellis, let's go. The rookie from Salt Lake City, Utah. Here we go, D. Force a field goal. Bend, don't break. Bend, don't break. Inside the game time red zone. They're at the 10-yard line now. Fields hands it off to Harris, and he gets half of the yardage. 3rd and goal from the 5 is coming up next. All right, 10 more jumping jacks here. 1, 2. They will run it 100%. One more. 3rd and goal for Justin Fields in the offense. 311 people watching right now. Hit that like button if you want to stop right here. DJ Jones, I think. Yeah, DJ Jones is a little bit banged up on that last play. If I'm Arthur Smith, I'm probably running it up the middle now. You have 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line, and Denver's 300-pound nose tackle is walking off the field. Where do you think this ball is going to go? Third down. Let's get a stop. Let's get a stop. Third and goal. Fields takes a shotgun snap. It's a pass. End zone, caught, touchdown. Well, that's a mismatch. Do I see 6'6" Darnell Washington on 5'10" Jaquan McMillan? Who is he? He's lined up with PJ Locke, sorry. There's about 7 inches in difference between these two players. I don't know what you want PJ Locke to do there. I want you to think about when your older brother said you could play football with them, and then your older brother's most athletic friend was who you lined up in front of. That's what I just saw right there. Darnell Washington, I'm going to guess right now, someone can fact check me, is a solid 6'5", 6'4". I'll be a little bit more cautious. And I think PJ Locke is 5'11". So, about a 5-inch difference right there. What do you think's going to happen? Matthew, I know he's from Idaho, but he went to Utah. That was the gist of that comment. Okay. Well, let's hit both. Yeah, right there. Oh, for our first super chat. Okay, just throw it on screen. No, just throw it on screen. First one coming in. Florian Swanson, I like to see what Knicks can do when given enough time. That's from Florian Swanson right there in yellow. Florian, thank you so much for your super chat. And yeah, but let's not immediately start jumping to this is all the offensive line's fault. Let's do some internal criticism for Knicks as well so far. Like that last sack, not really on the offensive line. Knicks just tripped in the pocket. So let's stay on our feet. Like, let's start there, and then we can start dishing out blame to the O-line when he's truly getting harassed. I don't give a buck, a $20 super chat. Let's give the Steelers hell of a time. Show them what Denver does best. Yeah, I'm game if Broncos offense and defense wants to come to play today. But so far, it's been all Steelers in the first quarter, 7-0 Pittsburgh. And then I don't give a buck with a $100 super chat. Oh, what was that? I just did. I know. That was a lot of nothing. But I think I've done 30 jumping jacks so far. I owe 70 more. Here's 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please, Bo, Knicks, look, down, field. We need some vertical passing. I want Marvin Mims incorporated. I'm tired of Marvin Mims just coming to the stadium on Sunday to do some cardio. There's a treadmill at your local YMCA if you want that. Cardinals, by the way, are shit pumping the Rams. 21-0. Saints demolished the Dallas Cowboys. Saints kick it off. I'm sorry, Saints. Steelers kick it off. And touchback. So here we go, Bo Nix. Second crack at it. Adam, that is the Steelers' first touchdown of the season. Yeah. Took about 5 quarters. I like this. What's going to happen on this drive? Touchdown, field goal, punt, or turnover. I'm feeling a field goal. So far, the Broncos have gone 3 and out and 3 and out. Snap to Nix. He is going to dump it off to, is that Michael Burton? Yeah, his fullback. He finds him for a gain of 2 or 3 as he was starting to get pressured. 2nd and 9 coming up here. Florian Swanson the second. Second and 9. Quick throw out to the left side. This is caught. And a gain of about 7 yards on 2nd and 9 by Lil Jordan Humphrey. Florian Swanson, my 2-year-old is doing jumping jacks with you. Never seen him do one before, so there's that. All right, let's do some more, buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'm at 50 now. We'll call it 50. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. Empty set. Now Nix puts a man in motion. Javonte Williams to his right. Snap to Bo. Nix dumps it over the middle to Williams. He gets the first down. Finds Javonte for a gain of 6, and Denver is out to their own 45. So Denver gets their first down of the game. First and 10. Nix lines up under center. Whistle as the first quarter comes to an end. All right. First quarter's over. Let's take this opportunity, though, to tell everyone watching about Game Time, Mr. Reed. So, while they go to a brief commercial break, I just want to fill everyone in on a great way that you can save money before your next trip to Mile High to watch the Broncos. So, Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. One thing I really enjoy about Game Time is they offer the Game Time guarantee. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHAT Sports for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. All right. 458 people tuned in at the moment, but just 112 likes. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. We're trying to beat the like number we had last week, last game, I should say, in the preseason finale. So that was 547 likes. We're at 113 at the moment. So if you have not liked the video yet, make sure you go ahead and do so. I'll keep you guys posted on the other games here. I'm watching Red Zone. Taylor Swift in the box. 3-3 Bengals Chiefs. Hit that like button as Mahomes on 1st and 10 goes deep, picked off, intercepted, over the middle. Is that Jermaine Pratt? Bad interception from Patty. Patrick, what were you looking at there? Got a defender right in the middle of the field. Burrowhead coming to play. I feel like the Bengals just look dead right now. Okay. First and 10, Broncos offense sets up at their own 44. Under center, Nix will hand it off, and a run for Javonte Williams is going to get about 4 yards. I saw Ben Powers, his left guard, pretty much just pick up Williams like, you're coming with me, buddy. And they fell forward for an extra 2 yards. Yeah, we got to get Javonte Williams back to his pre-injury status. Thank you. 2nd and 6 coming up. Nix takes a shotgun snap. Throwing down the right sideline, that's incomplete. Just too tall for Greg Dulcich. So Dulcich and Nix unable to connect on what looks to be just like a little bit of an out route. 3rd and 6 coming up. Nix in the gun on 3rd down, snap. Throwing, and this is incomplete. Looking for Josh Reynolds, is it? Yeah. So the Broncos get 1 first down, so progress compared to their first 2 drives, and then they are forced to punt. Fourth and 6. Dixon will punt. And this is a good punt. Oh, the Broncos down at the 1-yard line. A little bit of hot potato as it bounced around from player to player. But ultimately, Michael Burton holds on to it at the 1-yard line. You get the classic, like, basketball, throw it back in before going out of bounds play. And Burton will give the Steelers offense tough starting field position at their own 1-yard line. Anthony, legitimate question. If we get number 1, do we stay or trade back and get some more draft ammo? I think the only way I can answer that question is how did Bo Nix look? Like if Bo Nix had a Josh Rosen season, which I don't think any Cardinals fan thought that was going to happen, but it's exactly what happened. And you get Quinn Ewers, Heisman, like you just can't pass up on that. But if Bo Nix looks good, and there are a lot of other reasons why he lost games, then I'm definitely open to trading back, especially if you can get a haul like the Bears did with the Panthers, a star receiver, future first, which turns into the number 1 pick and more. But I also would be on board with the quarterback if you got the first overall pick because Bo Nix, unfortunately, was just not the quarterback of the future. Appreciate everyone's super chats and comments right now. 500 people tuned in. Let's show everyone our super chat menu indeed, Mr. Reed, with Pittsburgh leading 7-0. We do have a fun super chat menu for today if anyone would like to support the show and in the process, maybe come home with, some pretty cool stuff. Here's what we got going here. $5 super chat, I will give you a hot take. $10 super chat, which Florian Swanson has done already, so I owe him an addition or an entry to our Broncos Mile High Club. It is not the Mile High Club that you are dreaming to be on, but it instead is our Broncos hard hat. So, $10 super chat will add your name onto our hat for the entire 2024 season and show it to every single watch party we do. So let me add Florian Swanson right now. Florian Swanson. And then whoever sends in the most amount of Super Chats is going to be the MVP of today's watch party, and we'll send you a jersey of your choice. I'll explain more on that after this 1st and 10 play by the Steelers, which is basically just a QB run or QB sneak. John Franklin Myers is in the locker room being evaluated for a concussion. So Florian Swanson added right here. But the MVP, which right now would be I Don't Give a Buck, with a $100 Super Chat, the largest, we're going to send you a jersey of your choice. So whoever sends in the biggest Super Chat will get the MVP jersey, and we'll send that to you. 2nd and 8. Handoff for Najee. On 2nd and 8, he gets about 8. Make sure you got your halftime menu ready, because that was not filled in. First and 10 for the Steelers. Fields lines up under center. Takes the snap. He hands it off to Najee, who is tackled from behind. Some good pursuit by Broncos defensemen, and that brings up 2nd and 8. Second and 8 coming up. On play action, Jalen Warren receives a pass from Fields for about 10 yards and a first down. Come on, defense. The scary trend that I'm noticing in this game is this will likely be a field position game for the offense. If they are backed up, I don't know if they can march down the field multiple times as Fields throws one out of bounds incomplete. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to stop the Steelers offense. That's not too difficult to do. They only scored their first touchdown of the season last quarter. But if you let the Steelers offense pick up 2 or 3 first downs and then pin Bo Nix at his own 15, 20-yard line, I don't know if he can march down the field multiple times. Like, you're going to need to kind of handicap the offense a little bit. 2nd and 10. A run for Jalen Warren is good for about 4 yards. 3rd down. 3rd down here. Spam those threes. Let's go. Let's get a stop. Let's get a stop.
Why not, Petey? Why not get a stop?
Why
Come
not?
on.
Why not
Let's
us?
go.
Saints are 2-0. 3rd and 6. Alvin Kamara has turned back the clock a little bit. False start. Back it up. I see Angela P. in the chat. Danny, Alex, Paul, Gene, all typing their threes. Third and 11. Spam those threes. 3rd down. Fields in the gun. Complete a pass on 3rd down. I don't give a buck with a 300 super chat. Holy shit is right. Steelers unfortunately convert on 3rd down. Pickens working on Pat Surtain. I don't want to see that. I don't give a buck. 300. More jumping jacks. I can't even begin to read this message out of shock and awe right now. As the Steelers run on 1st and 10 with Najee, I really wish this defense was making some plays because that would coincide a lot nicer with this super chat. I don't give a buck. A $300 super chat. What do you see in the future as for the Denver Broncos, and why not both of y'all do 300 more jumping jacks or a couple of handstands? Reed is willing to do some handstands. Reed can do his handstands at halftime. That's a lot easier. I owe you a endless. I'm just jumping jacks until this drive is over. All right, jumping jacks. Najee Harris, 1st and 10. He runs for about 5 yards. There is a flag. If someone's counting this, that's incredible. But it looks like this run is going to get wiped away. Everyone better be spamming Buck in the chat right now for I don't give a buck.
Spam Buck in the chat.
Holding on Broderick Jones.
$300 super
on this
chat.
drive alone, he's got a false start and he's got a holding. Not good for the second-year man out of Georgia. Luckily for Denver's defense, that's kind of, that's a hold. They need all the help they can get because I don't think they were really prepared for the Steelers' ground game. And it looks that way.
Awesome.
1st and 20. Come on. Get a stop. It's a run. Warren. I don't know how much longer I can go. You know what hurts the most right now? Yeah, the ankles. I'm kind of doing it on my toes. Let's go, Vance Joseph. I stop if they get a stop on this 2nd down and 3rd down. 2nd and 18. I swear to God, if they give up a 1st down, I'm going to die. Fields, flush out of the pocket. Chased by Cooper. Flag. Downfield pass. Oh, my God, it's caught. George Pickens. You're kidding me. There is a flag, though. Holding. Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. It's on Broderick Jones. Justin Fields with his throw of the year. And it's just going to be a highlight no one ever finds. That's a really soft hold, too, I think, right? On PS2 of all DBs. 2nd and 28. We're back. 2nd down. And a mile. I feel like I ran a mile. Read it.
So we got another super chat from HTL. Fully believing in this team. Go Broncos. I love all of the ways you can use his name in a funny way. So
2nd and 28. Pass to Harris.
There's Bo Way.
Gain of 6. We need to stop.
Thank you for your $2 super chat, HT.
3rd and 23. Please, get a stop. Get a stop. Please. Bengals, 10. Chiefs, 3. Empty set for Fields. It's going to be a quarterback draw. No, it's a pass. Over the middle. Caught by Freiermuth. He's not going to get there. Okay. Oh, gosh. Tim, that was hurtful. That was hurtful. It's 4th and 12.
Tim, don't do it to him.
Former Broncos punter, Corliss Waitman, punts it into the end zone. Tim, you come over here and you just deflate all of my wellness goals. That was a little below the belt.
I don't give a buck. I will be doing some handstands at halftime.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a halftime surprise, so when we get there,
okay.
I'll do the handstands.
Chubathon thinks I'm 130. Chubathon, have you been counting? That sounds like an accurate number. All right, we'll throw the game chart on for C. Chang when it comes back. Yeah. I'm working through a Devontae Adams Taco Bell commercial. Red Zone peak.
Yes, C. Chang, once we get back from commercial, I'm putting the tracker on.
Cardinals 24. Rams 3. Chiefs Bengals tied up at 10. Just looking around, other scores from today. Saints beat the Cowboys 44-19. Raiders comeback win in Baltimore 26-23. Giants lose to the Commanders 21-18 with 7 field goals. However, there was a Malik Neighbors touchdown. He said no more. I don't give a buck. Can I get a, oh yeah. Also, no more jumping, you good. Oh yeah, I don't give a buck. Let's go, Broncos Country. Chargers kept Bryce Young out of the end zone at home. Bryce Young, by the way, 18 for 26. Does anyone want to guess how many yards he got from 18 completions? You think he got 16 yards out of 18? No. 18 for 26, 84 yards, and 1 interception. Chargers win 26-3. They're undefeated. Vikings take down the Niners at home, 23-17. Seahawks win in overtime in New England, 23-20. Jets eked out a 24-17 victory from Nashville to get to 500. Buccaneers improved to 2-0, 2016 win in Detroit, a playoff game rematch from last year. Knicks, 1st and 10. Passes completed to Cortland Sutton. He's only going to get about 5 yards. Oh, little Jordan Humphrey, excuse me. Kind of had the build of Sutton. Mahomes trailing by 7. Deep pass caught Rashee Rice, touchdown. So all even up in KC.
286
Time says 286. Well, I got to get to 300 then. 2nd and 5, it's a run, and a fruitful one, too. First down run, about 15, 20 yards. That pile keeps moving. Is that Williams or McLaughlin? That is neither. That's Blake Watson. Oh, Tyler Beatty, I'm sorry. Your RB3 elevated from the practice squad after Audric Estime's injury. All right, I'm 14 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1st and 10. Denver's at their own 40. Under 6 to play in the second quarter. Snap. Yeah, this is going to be, I think, offsides. Neutral zone and frac. He started the false start sign. So I was like, wait a minute, which one is it? I don't give a buck, by the way. That $300 super chat has him firmly in the driver's seat for today's MVP. I don't give a buck unless someone tops you. You'll be picking your own Broncos jersey, and we'll send that out to you for being the MVP of today's episode. 1st and 5, I see Bo Nix throwing a pass out of bounds. 2nd and 5. No one's open, just get rid of it. Perfectly fine. Malik Neighbors, 10 grabs, 127 yards, and a touchdown. He is the real deal. 2nd and 5. Nix is 6 for 9. Nice. 31 yards. Not very nice. I'd like a bit more yardage. 2nd and 5, and we have a timeout here. Denver burns a timeout. So they want to discuss this 2nd down play. They go to commercial. While they're at commercial, Reed, we could tell all of our great viewers, 600 of you, by the way, only 159 likes when I come back from this read. I want to see 200 likes. About our great sponsor, Prize Picks. That's America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. One Caleb Williams passing yard gets you 1 win on Prize Picks every week in September. That's right. Only 1 yard gets you an automatic win every football weekend in September. 4 weeks of free W's. Don't miss this deal on Prize Picks because it's gone when September ends. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. I don't know if like is the correct word, but I will acknowledge the Seahawks fan in the chat, who I think is a closet Broncos fan because he seems to be more invested in the Broncos score when Russell Wilson's not even on the team anymore than his own team. What's going on in the Chiefs-Bengals game here? Oh, I wanted to wrap up.
I was going to say, we're trying to beat our record from last season, or in the preseason, sorry.
Yeah.
The 547. We're at 182 right now. I got to update. So we're on pace a little bit. We got to step it up a little bit. But 613 of you watching. If you haven't liked it already, just like the video.
Hit that thumbs up button. 613, like Reed said, watching. You know, I've watched every single Fox and CBS promo for their TV shows, and I just wipe my hard drive after every single win because I never remember them week to week. That last one had Miles Teller in it. Don't know what the show is. I've seen the ad a million times. 2nd and 5, design quarterback run. Nix with his legs slides after picking up 10 yards and a 1st down, Denver. Florian with a $5 super chat. And then I want to show the blue and orange club for I Don't Give a Buck. All right. The broadcast points out that Bo Nix got to 20 miles an hour. I have some thoughts on that. Not just specific to Bo, but this miles per hour tracking in general. 1st and 10, it's a run for 3 yards by Javonte Williams. I saw someone say that Arch Manning got to 20.7 miles per hour and Tyreek Hill didn't get over 20.6 last year or something ridiculous like that. When you show me those numbers, the first thing I think of is these are fake numbers. Like, if you're really trying to tell me Arch Manning is faster than Tyreek Hill, I don't believe your data tracking. And if your data tracking is accurate, then I don't believe it is properly tracking when it should be recording. Like, for a split second he gets to that speed. It doesn't add up. Bo Nix is sacked. I think he's sacked by a ghost. No, he pump fakes twice, and then he goes down. If that's all it took to sack you, I'm saying, watch this. I want to see this again. Because earlier he got sacked by himself. No, he just gets sacked by a ghost. I don't know if he actually really touched him. I think he might have slapped his calf or his heel. But it can't be that easy to sack a quarterback. 3rd and 15, it's a dump off, and Marvin Mims gets about 6 yards, and that'll bring up 4th and 9. Sean Payton hated the Russell Wilson sacks last year. We can't be slapping calves to sack the quarterback. This isn't flag football, Bo. I understand a rookie and patience and whatnot, but that one's just got to be better. Florian, if the Broncos win, I would agree. The 300 jumping jacks were worth it. Fourth and 6. So Denver's going to punt. Why is the clock stopped? Broncos used a timeout. Who called? Oh, the Steelers called a timeout, sorry. Who calls a timeout on punt return? Are the Broncos going to go for this? Mike Tomlin is asking the official a question, and I'm not really sure what this is about. All right, let's get the comment section going a little bit here. Yeah, I saw someone earlier say they would be drinking a lot of bourbon. So let me know what you're drinking. 621 viewers at the moment. Get in the chat. Let me know what you are drinking here. But the mile per hour tracking, it doesn't make sense to me. How are they looking for just a split second? Or is it a whole second? Because a whole second's a long time when you're timing speed. So I want to know that answer. Also, I think the lamest thing ever is when we say this, oh my God, Bo Nix peaked 20 miles per hour. That's really slow. Could you imagine driving 20 miles per hour to work and being look how fucking fast I am. I'm Bo Nix right now. I'm Tyreek Hill. It's weird when we're whoa, 20 miles an hour. That's slow. That's pulling into your driveway speed.
Alex Red drinking Don Julio. Time Man with root beer. Tim Green with mimosas. That sounds great.
I like it, Tim. I like it. Danny's having some ice water. Broncos for Life Cherry Coke. We got someone in Australia going to work right now at 7 a.m. Appreciate you for tuning in so early with us. Go Broncos, Mr. Aussie. 2 likes away from 200. Let's get there. Come on, boys and girls. Let's get there. Dos Equis from Nicholas Thompson. You know what beer I feel is making a major push right now? I was going to say Modelo. I see more Modelo advertisements than ever before. I don't know anyone that drinks Modelo. No. I have not been in a setting at a bar where someone's can I get a Modelo? I don't think I've ever seen someone order a Modelo in the wild.
Well,
I think it's a fake beer.
If you go to Tequila Social with Smitty,
okay,
he gets a Modelo every time.
My Mexican beer of choice is always Pacifico. That and it's just Pacifico. I love that one.
Mine's always a Corona with a lime.
No, Corona, it's got too much of a heavier taste. A real lager to it, Mexican lager. I don't like that. 4th and 7, Denver is actually going to go for it now. Snap to Nix on 4th down. Offense on the field. Throw is incomplete, but nearly picked off by Patrick Queen. So Patrick Queen knocks down a low pass over the middle, which should have been intercepted. He was looking for fellow rookie Troy Franklin, it looks like. Let's rewatch this. Bo, what are we doing, buddy? It's just too low of a pass. I mean, I think credit can be given to Queen. He makes a good play. But usually when you see batted down passes at the line of scrimmage, the arm's pretty high up there. You know what I mean? That one, the elbow wasn't even flexed out. So 1st and 10, Steelers have at their own 39. Fields working his way back over the middle, finds a receiver gain of 8. That's Van Jefferson. Flag on the play, though. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Holding defense. Pat Surtain. He's having a bad game. Like that penalty right there. Also, he got worked on that deep pass, which was ultimately wiped away because of a holding call from Broderick Jones. But still, that does not erase the fact that he was the defender on a very deep pass that was completed under his watch. That's Pat Surtain's 3rd penalty of the season. Does anyone want to guess how many he had all of last year, as the broadcast just shared? 6. Halfway there. 1st and 10. Steelers right at midfield. Fields in the gun. And that's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Pittsburgh with the football at their own 45. So it's only 6 quarters. I think we need to say it out loud. Bo Nix has not been very good. It's only been 6 quarters of his rookie career. By no means does that mean he can't start to turn things around. But I do think we need to at least start to talk about when do we stop attributing it to he's just a rookie. Like, how much time does that buy you? Does it buy you a whole season? It could. That wouldn't be the first quarterback ever to get a whole season of it's a rookie.
It bought Bryce Young a whole year.
It bought Bryce Young a whole rookie year. Exactly. Now, one's a first overall pick, so you kind of get more benefit of the doubt. But yeah,
still
it brought
first round pick.
Right. But at what point are you like, hey, we're past the he's just a rookie excuse? I could be convinced to year 1, but right now it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Yeah. So, Super Chat menu, by the way, $10 Super Chat gets you added to our Mile High Club. I owe 2 hot takes right now from I Don't Give a Buck and Florian Swanson. Hot take number 1, I think I might have shared this previously, but I'll share it again and then I'll make a new one. I think the Cardinals make the playoffs this year. They're taking it to the Rams right now. I think they are a better team and a well-coached team as well. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals make the playoffs. Another hot take, I'm going to go with Bryce Young is benched at some point this year. I think Bryce Young is just going to get benched. I think he's going to be having a really bad game, and they'll bench him for the second half, and then they'll restart him the next week. But I think there will be a Bryce Young has been benched notification we all get on our phone. Blue and Orange Club, slap yourself. I don't give a buck. I don't give a duck, which is Mrs. I don't give a buck. And then John E., all members of the Blue and Orange Club. If you want to get added and get shout-outs for the entire 2024 season, $100 Super Chat. We'll toss your name on screen during our watch parties and then, of course, during our videos that go out throughout the week. Mile High Club. Danny, I did see Modelo surpass Bud Light. It's kind of like Dr. Pepper, in my opinion. I'll explain in a moment. 1st and 10. Fields dancing around the pocket. He's sacked from behind, Zach Allen. Minimal loss, probably just a yard or 2, but still a sack nevertheless. Modelo's kind of like Dr. Pepper. So much advertisement for it, but I think it's just like 10 people drinking a lot of it. I don't think there's like that many people drinking it.
There's a lot of people drinking Dr. Pepper.
No, I know. I think there's a few people that drink a lot of Dr. Pepper.
I don't know.
The Dr. Pepper addicts do all the sales for the country. That's a good one. 2nd and 11.
Yeah.
Fields.
I agree with that one.
Hands it off to Najee Harris, gain of 6. Like, if you meet someone that likes Dr. Pepper, they let you know they love Dr. Pepper. If you meet someone that likes root beer, they don't shove that down your throat. I like root beer a lot, but you don't know that until I tell you. You know if someone likes Dr. Pepper. They do not withhold that information. Yeah. 3rd and 4. From the 50, snap to Fields. 3rd down. Throw to the sidelines, caught 1st down. Riley Moss in coverage. Austin getting 7 on 3rd and 6 to move the sticks. Alex, yeah, we can. He's like, can you cuss during live? I don't want to, just out of I don't want to just to look cool because I have, Florian saying his 2-year-old's watching the game, but emotions just come over me. We let it rip. 1st and 10. It's a run for Jaylen Warren, gain of 4. 41 seconds. Steelers have 2 timeouts, and they're not using one right now. I don't understand this clock management. Clock's ticking here, guys. 30 seconds, and they're at Denver's 40. Fields takes the snap with 26 seconds. Fields throwing down the right sideline. Oh, my God, it's dropped. No. But a flag comes in. Van Jefferson, the target. Riley Moss in on the coverage. Riley Moss is shaken up on the play, it looks like. There is a flag down. Oh, Riley Moss is really in some pain, it looks like. PI on Riley Moss, spot foul. 1st down, Pittsburgh. So they're in field goal range for sure, but what is the injury to Moss? Because didn't look like a really, unorthodox play for him. He's running. Where's the PI? Okay, I think what happened to Moss is he kind of smacks his head face first into the turf. I think this might be a head injury for Riley Moss. I don't know what the PI was. That's a soft call. I guess he's kind of holding his left arm back, but I'm watching on the replay on my iPad. That's a soft call.
Ticky-tack.
Ticky-tack indeed.
Ticky-tack.
But when Moss went to the ground, he was kind of falling, stumbling, and then he just slammed face first into the turf. 684 people watching at this moment, 225 likes. If you want Denver to win this game, you better hit that like button. We are pulling out all the stops because it's 7-0, and the Broncos are about to go into the half scoreless at home. Make sure to subscribe as well. I also wondered why Riley Moss did not have knee pads on. I don't know if they kind of got rolled up on him, but it didn't really look like that. That was a choice for a guy who makes a lot of tackles as a living to not cover your knees. All right. We got Steelers fans in here. We got to drown out the Steelers fans. Start spamming D right now in the chat. Spam D to drown out the Steelers fans. Jeremy Chugg's popping over from our Raiders channel, so now you really got to spam D. Gardner Minshew is he, him? Raiders defense is phenomenal as I get the spark notes, so I'm going to guess Max Crosby looked good if that's the case then. You want to tell everyone about the Raiders game?
Yeah, Max Crosby looked amazing. He was a beast.
How about Wilkins?
The Raiders Wilkins actually slow start to the season. Not a ton. Not a ton. The Raiders offense horrendous in the first half. Second half, okay.
Okay. I saw a Devontae Adams touchdown.
They got the good, good side of, the coin in field position a couple times in the second half.
Yeah.
And they took advantage of it.
Yeah.
Huge, biggest play of the game, Robert Spillane picked Lamar Jackson.
Wow. Raiders. Tough road win for them. But they are 1-1.
Thank you, Jeremy Chugs.
If you fall to 0-2, your chances of making the playoffs really takes a turn for the worst. Which is why Denver needs to get their act together right now.
Riley Moss is back up.
Riley Moss is out, which means Damari Mathis or Levi Wallace is in. I'll watch for it. 1st and 10. Fields from the 14 inside the Prize Picks red zone finds Jaylen Warren, and the Steelers are going to call a timeout here. So with 14 seconds left, they burn timeout number 2. Levi Wallace was the man in coverage. He replaces Riley Moss. Where's the flag? I guess he kind of holds his wrist. Actually, that might be PI. I'll be honest, he kind of grabs his wrist so that he can't even bring his left hand to make the catch. Okay. That's not one that I'm going to fight over. You got to pick your battles with officials. That's not the one to fight. 2nd and 3 for the Steelers. They're at the Broncos 6-yard line. Fields in the gun. Snap to Fields. Throwing, left side, caught. Pickens, end zone. I think it's a touchdown. Now there is a flag. Pickens was losing his balance as he's about to stumble out of bounds. He sticks the ball across the pylon for a touchdown. So call on the field is a touchdown, but what's the flag? Is this an offensive pass? Yeah, OPI. Offense. Van Jefferson just sets a basketball. It's a moving screen. Moving screen. So 15-yard penalty. 9 seconds remaining. 1 timeout for Denver. $708 people watching. Hit that like button if you want to stop here. Let's get ourselves to 250 likes. Second and 13. Fields. You can't call a timeout here if you're... Okay, Denver calls a timeout. So the Broncos burn their 3rd and final timeout. They see how the Steelers line up, and they want to, hey, Pittsburgh, you called your number 1 play. We saw it. We saw the way you lined up. We're going to call a timeout. Now you got to go to your number 2 play. Yeah, that's a PI from Van Jefferson. You can't make contact 2 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. That's contact. Bengals are leading the Chiefs 13-10 with under 2 to go in that game.
I don't give a buck is
Iron Wolf whiskey. 2nd and 13. At the 16-yard line. Fields in the gun. Takes the snap. Throwing left side. This is caught Van Jefferson. If you can get him to run for the rest. Oh my gosh. The Steelers call a timeout with 1 second left. I don't know if the players on the field were thinking this, but they should have let him run for a little bit longer and then make a tackle. Like, you would have been kind of playing with fire, but I would have liked it if they just kind of kept him upright, but let him move east and west and not north and south. Like, Jonathan Cooper comes from behind. If you kind of just hold him upright for a minute, you could have let him run out the whole clock. Instead, the Steelers will get 1 second or 2 seconds officially. If you want to run the stats here, Reed. 3rd and 1. It'll be a 31-yard field goal attempt for Chris Boswell, who was 6 for 6 last week in Atlanta en route to a Steelers victory. This short one is good. So Pittsburgh goes into the half with a 2-score lead, 10-0 over the Broncos. Story of the first half has to be the offense. Just nothing going offensively. Couple of 3-and-outs, first down here or there, but the Broncos have not really even sniffed the Steelers' red zone. They're just not moving the ball down the field. Like, that's really what this one boils down to. Let's see what Peyton has to say about this. Offensively, we got to be better in the second half. Take advantage of the field position. 121 yards in the first half last week. This week, 62. No better. So Denver's offense, like, it's just not doing the basics. Run, pass, first down. Right? We're not even at the stage where we can nitpick little things about the offense. They got to just get out of level 1. Get the first down. Then we can start dissecting things. And Bo Nix needs to stop getting sacked by Casper the Ghost. Like, the 2 sacks I've seen him take, they're not very tough sacks. Like, he's just got to get him breathed on sometimes. It needs to require more effort from the defense to sack the quarterback. That's, I think, one of the biggest takeaways, and that's really got to drive Sean Payton nuts right now because that's what he hated the most from Russ, the sacks. At least when Russ got sacked, he got hit. Nix is getting hit by air. Red zone peak here. Cardinals taking it to the Rams, 24-3. Lazy hazy, but Cortland Sutton, 0 targets. Let that soak in. Yeah. Haven't said Sutton's name once today. Not surprised. All right. Well, it is halftime, so what's going to happen is Reed is actually going to take it from here because I'm going to use the bathroom. And Reed's got always a fun halftime plan for everyone. So we'll get the stats on screen for you guys here. 10-0 Steelers at the half. Not great, but luckily it's just a 10-point deficit. So one play is all you need to turn the momentum around and get a spark going offensively. But Justin Fields, 10 for 12, 101 yards, a touchdown pass to Darnell Washington, compared to Bo Nix, 7 of 11 for 39 yards. All right, Reed, you want to take it from here with all of your extracurriculars? Reed is smiling ear to ear right now. This is kind of like the fun uncle. Like, you don't really trust him to babysit your kids, but your real babysitter canceled. So here's Uncle Reed now. It's Uncle Buck. You ever watch that movie? Oh, your dad. That was stupid of me. Okay. All right. Reed, they're all yours. Take care of them.
All right. What's going on, everybody? It's a little bit of a rough game, but this halftime will make it a little bit better. We'll see what happens. Can you grab me some more of these? All right. So let's see. We see the stats up there. Bo Nix, 7 for 11, 39, 0 touchdowns. Tough. But let's see if this can, because, so it's halftime. So I got something good. All right. It is half off halftime. Give me 1 second, though. I got to switch something up. All right. How we feeling? Grade the Broncos first half. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to see some Ds, maybe some Fs, but if you have something else. All right. Let's see here. Alrighty. Now I have to. Here we go. All right. I'm just switching some stuff around so that it's good for you guys, and that we can have some fun here. All right. Let me put this right here, and then here we go. There it is. All right. So it's half off halftime. Which, $100 would be a beer bong. $50, since it's half off halftime, I'll do a beer bong. And then $5 is a hot take. I'll give you guys a hot take that I had. My hot take for week 2 was the Saints were going to manhandle the Cowboys. They manhandled the Cowboys. So my hot take was correct. These bots are crazy, guys. I know, we got Time Man the Buckeye in the chat. Oh my goodness. Guys, what's going on? Too many spammers, lazy. Holy crap. All right. Oh, let me put a little, all the super chatters that have super chatted today. Oh, man. I would have hoped for a better start for this game. I really was expecting Bo Nix to sort of take a step forward a little bit. With how many passes he had last week. Like, I was expecting a little bit more than, like, or a little bit less passing than last week, but like more. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Is this better? Was it a little low? Sorry. Thanks, Jose. All right. So, I mean, Bo Nix, like Petey was saying, when do you be like, all right, he's a rookie. Like when does that stop? Because he's an older person. He's had some experience in college, and coming out as a first-round pick, like, it feels like he should be ready, and that he shouldn't be throwing for less than 140 yards off of 42 passing. Like, I don't know. But I think his confidence is there. He just needs to execute a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. But, hey, if you guys want to make me drink, I got some Happy Dads right here. $5. Do a little hot take. Every super chat, beer cheers. I'll take a sip from my drink. But I would have wanted this halftime or half off halftime to be a little bit more exciting. But I don't know. Jason saying, I had a feeling it would look like this, and it would probably look like this for the next 2 months. Yeah, I feel like in the beginning of the season, it's either hit or miss. We had some opportunities and some optimism. I'm sorry, not opportunities. Some optimism in the beginning of the season and in the offseason, just because Pat Surtain gets extended, defense is looking really good. And even though you lose Justin Simmons, it's still, who knows? It's always that who knows. And now it's a little bit. But, exactly, Alex. We can still come back. It's way too early to be panicking. I don't think it's more of a panic. I don't think it's a panic. It's more of just a realization of it's still a rookie quarterback that we have at the helm. Yeah, PJ Locke does not look great. Paris Robinson, Denver has the worst unknown lame bottom of the barrel bums on the sides of the ball. From so many teams, this cannot compete with all these unknown horrible bums, including a stupid coach. Well, a stupid coach, I don't know about that one. Sean Payton is a Super Bowl winning coach who has a great resume and a lot of winning in his years. But it's a new quarterback for him. And I think it's definitely too early to be panicking. But at the same time, got to figure some stuff out. What's working, what's not working. What's not working is that Courtland Sutton has 0 targets. You need to get Courtland Sutton the ball because he's the best wide receiver on your team right now. And get the ball in his hands and let him play make. If that means Deacon and Duncan, then that's what it is. But get Courtland Sutton the ball. Like, I don't know about you guys, but him having 0 targets is unacceptable. But, yeah, I'm going to crack this open just because I feel like I need to take it off. I don't know. Cheers. Hopefully the second half is good. but some beer pong. I don't give a buck. I think I owe you a handstand, don't I? I owe you a handstand. Let me do that real quick. I don't give a buck. You want a handstand? I'm waiting. I mean, I'm going to do it anyways, but all right. He said, heck yeah. Petey just got back. I'm going to see if Petey, can you, you want to do it? Should I do it right there? Yeah. Well, I was going to say, you can barely see me only if my legs go up, though.
That's the way to do it.
All right.
I guess we want to do it on that one.
Well, I'll do it like over here, and you just show me.
Okay.
I'm on the mic now. Do you have a game plan for this? Like a rough idea of where you're going to...
I'm going to kind of go up the wall.
Okay. Yeah. This is probably not going to go to plan, but I like the idea.
Not, but this is
I love it. Good. Here we go. Oh! Grade the handstand. Grade the handstand.
Oh, I can't get all the way up.
You are doing 100 times better than I... That's got to be an A right there. That's an A. Everyone clap it up for Reed in the chat. That's an A. That's an A.
Oh. All of my blood rushed to my head there. I think that was okay.
Oh, you're selling yourself short. Great handstand.
I know I should have tucked my shirt in before, but I don't really care. It's okay.
It was hot.
Yeah. Whew. That was... Man. Oh, thank you. I don't give a buck says it was good. That means it's good. I'll take it. Whew. That was tiring. Oh, man. I need to hydrate. Man. All right. Let's get the mojo back up. I think we have a chance. We'll be all right. It's only 10-0. It is the Steelers. They're not a great team. We can just say both aren't going to do great next. Like I don't know.
Gassed.
A little bit. It's a little tiring. I know.
Hey, I just did 300
Kitty Moreno said I literally said tuck your shirt in. I know. I should have. We'll pretend that I did.
Will Lutz kicks it off, and it is a touchback. I get this really annoying strand. No, it's okay. Am I on screen?
Yep.
That's fine. I had this really annoying strand that was like tickling my elbow, like kind of like near the funny bone. So I had to go get some scissors and cut that off. So we're back for the second half. Adjustments. I don't even know what the first adjustment is for an offense that just gets 60 yards in total offense in the first half. Like, you just got to move the ball. Like, I need execution as Najee Harris bounces outside for a 4-yard pickup. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even like they're being held back by one singular thing. Penalties, inaccurate passing, poor blocking. Across the board, they're just not moving the ball for every single fundamental reason of football. Run, pass, catch. 2nd and 7. Fields has it at his own 33. He drops back to pass. He finds Pat Freiermuth across the middle, who is able to shimmy his way for a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. Riley Moss back in the game. That's very good to see. I mean, Denver's defense has done a pretty solid job. 10 points in the first half. It's not the greatest thing ever. but it's very, very acceptable. First and 10.
Nice. Oh, come on.
You think what?
He was asking. He should have never got rid of Judy.
Oh. Oh, guys, Jerry Jeudy I don't think would be great in this. Well, no one's good in this offense. Like,
I was saying during halftime that Cortland Sutton having no targets is unacceptable.
yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about Sean Payton's comments about players around Bo Nix need to play better. At what point do you look at Bo Nix instead? Cortland Sutton does not have a single target. Is he not getting open, or is Nix just not looking his way? Snap to Fields on second down. He is harassed, and he throws it out of bounds at the last moment. Third down. That last pass was incomplete. Third down.
It's third down. Come on.
3rd and 10. Zach Allen applying the pressure. Spam those threes. Let's go. Get off the field. I feel like every score for Pittsburgh just puts this game further and further out of realistic reach. Fields incomplete on 3rd and 10. He had defenders all over his feet. That Singleton. What happened to Singleton's hair? His hair got all jumbled up, it looks like. Regardless, incomplete pass, back-to-back incompletions from Fields. And it'll be 4th and 10, and we're going to get a punt out of the Steelers. So, Denver's defense forces a stop on the first drive of half number 2 for Pittsburgh. Now I need Nix in the offense to... Oh, good job by... Was that Marvin Mims, the return guy? He gets everyone to center around him. Meanwhile, the ball bounces 10 yards behind him into the end zone for a touchback. So, step 1, let's get a first down. And I think that's probably got to happen with some good runs. Okay? If you've got a struggling quarterback, I don't think the recipe for getting a struggling quarterback out of his funk is to ask him to throw 3 straight times. Let's get some ground game going, because that's just going to make life a little bit easier when you do start to pass. Because if the ground game's going, you're going to start seeing guys start creeping towards the line of scrimmage, and that's going to open up passing down the field. People love to say also, like, you got to get the ground game going to start to help in the passing game. Like, this is an offense that isn't doing either one well. So once the passing game gets going, that's going to make the run game a lot easier. Bill Walsh, famous for that. Yeah. Oh, I like this. Which quarterback do you wish the Steelers started today? Unfortunately, no Russell Wilson with a calf injury. But if you remove injuries, like, do you wish it was a Russell Wilson rematch, or are you happy that Justin Fields was the starter? I think Denver would have had a better shot against Russell Wilson. I think this defense would have been better against Wilson just because they played against him so much. The same may not be true for a lot of other defenses, but I think Denver's defense, Pat Surtain, 2 years in practice going up against him. Alex Singleton, 2 years in practice going up against him. Like, there are a lot of really key players on this defense that know his tendencies and his bad habits. And I think they could have exploited that. So, maybe other teams would rather play Fields. I think for Denver, they'd rather play Wilson. It's a little bit like if you ever get a pitcher-hitter matchup where the two are familiar. The bigger of a sample size you have, usually it favors the batter a bit more. They start to notice what the pitcher likes to do. Reed is asking if Bo Nix is a bad quarterback.
It's a simple question.
Yeah. By the way, it's a 31-point lead for the Cardinals over the Rams today. I don't think we can definitively say yes or no after 6 quarters. I don't think he's on a good path. Like, there has to be something that clicks and turns around for him, and that could happen still. Nix on 1st and 10, he hands it off, and a solid 5-yard pickup. Javonte Williams getting half of the yardage. It's not just Nix. I agree, but I think he's one of the bigger problems at the moment. I mean, 3 and out, 1 first down, punt, and then turnover on downs. 2nd and 5 for the Broncos offense. Bo Nix, 7 for 11, 39 yards. Snap to Nix. Flag on the play. He finds a man over the middle. Cortland Sutton, gain of 4, but what is the penalty? Was anyone in motion? If so, might be a legal shift. It's been a very common call league-wide to open up this season. A Broncos false start. I didn't notice anyone jump. Maybe a receiver. No, Garrett Bowles was not at the line of scrimmage. How does your captain and your starting left tackle for 7-8 years not get to the line of scrimmage? How does that happen? Inexcusable. Nathan, a $10 super chat. Oh, konnichiwa, Nathan. 2nd and 10. Snap to Nix. He throws, caught, and a nice run after the catch. Josh Reynolds on the receiving end, 3rd and 1. Got to get a first down here. 3rd and 1. What can Nix do? I think you got to run it here. Like you just can't put the ball in your rookie quarterback's hands at this stage. He hasn't shown that he's ready for that moment. So let's delay that moment. Under center from your own 30. Nix takes the snap. Oh, my God. Javonte Williams is dropped for a 5-yard loss. So, I feel bad for Javonte Williams. He was fed into a wood chipper. Who does not block their guy? I'm looking at Powers and Bowles. I have a feeling that Garrett Bowles blocks thin air. Oh, no, he's got Watt over there. Yeah, Ben Powers decides to double-team Cam Hayward, which isn't a bad idea, but when you send a safety blitz in, you got to block your zone first, inside out. Austin on the punt return evades a tackle from Smith for a second, and then someone drags their you-know-what's over Austin's face. Denver punts it away. Nathan Corral. Sorry, Sam. Sending support from Japan, set my alarm to 5 in the morning just to catch the game. Konnichiwa. Used to live in Tokyo, Japan for 5 years, believe it or not, a long, long time ago. So, Nathan, thank you so much for waking up so early in the Far East. I forgot so much of my Japanese, but watashi wa Matthew. Okay. I want to say run the football, but like when that happens, what do you turn to next? Can't run, can't pass. This is kind of like the childhood book. We're going on a bear hunt. Do you know that one? You can't go over it. You can't go under it. Oh, no. You got to go through it. But here's the issue. There's no other option in football. Unless they invent a new way to move the ball that's not running or passing, I don't know what the game plan is. Yeah, I don't hate the idea of doing a QB sneak there either. Oh. This is just depressing. Depressing. Angela P. loves it. I think she loves my Japanese, my recollection of Japanese. Yep. So while they're at commercial break, let me fill everyone watching in on our great sponsor today, which is Game Time. So if you don't know what Game Time is, it's a great place to go visit if you want to go see a Broncos game or maybe a Nuggets game or an Avs game and save $20 in the process. So Game Time has a new deal called Game Time Picks that eliminates all the fluff to show you just incredible deals. Now, one thing I really like about Game Time is you can get a bird's eye view of your seat before you purchase your tickets. That way you don't show up and realize you're sitting behind a pole. So download the Game Time app today to take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Create an account and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHAT Sports for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. 1st and 10. Justin Fields hands it off to Najee Harris, and there is nowhere for the former Crimson Tide back to run. 2nd and 10. The Bengals have a 16-10 lead over the Chiefs right now. Are the Chargers going to finish at the top of the AFC West if the Bengals hold on to beat KC? 2nd and 9, snap to Fields. Throwing to the left, this is caught Jefferson, gain of just 1. Riley Moss made the tackle. Third and 10. Snap to Fields. Throwing down the left sideline, that's incomplete. Moss in on the coverage, and good coverage indeed. 3rd and 8 brings up an incomplete pass. 4th down, and the Steelers quickly go 3 and out, and they'll give the ball back to Denver. Riley Moss might have gotten away with a little bit of a hold, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Like,
I think
Jacob, y'all going to admit Javonte is overrated yet? If you want to drive that argument, listen, you have plenty of evidence to point to. Don't take a blown assignment from the offensive line where Javonte Williams is tackled while he receives the handoff as your, see, this is what I'm talking about moment. There was nothing any running back could have done in that play. We get a hold on the return for the Broncos. Pat Surtain, another penalty. He's getting penalties on special teams now. And midway through the 3rd quarter. All right, let's do a quick shout out your city, though. I do want to know where everyone's tuning in from. It's awesome to see how widespread fan bases are. So shout out your city for me in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. Yeah, Terrell Davis would have gotten tackled. Nathan's in Salt Lake City. I've got the Silver Stoner in Maryland. Adams in Cypress. Danny's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Nicholas is in Albuquerque. Kitty's in San Diego. Trent is in Southwest Utah and St. George. Ty Man the Buckeyes in Ohio. I got Thule, Utah, the Miners, right? Brandon's in Ocean City, Maryland. Todd's watching from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I've got Broken Soul in Modesto, California. HTTL is in Brandon, Oregon. Ricardo's in Nashville. Andrew's in New Jersey. Alex is all the way in the Balkans. Not the Balkans. No area code. Oh, no. I know zip codes-ish.
Somebody who hasn't said where they are from yet, throw in their zip code and see if Petey can get it.
Angela's watching from Arlington, Virginia. Charles is in Wichita, Kansas. I've got Germany in the house. Laredo, Texas. I don't give a buck, 786. I'm going to say that is... I'm going to say Colorado. Angela P. I think it's Virginia. What is it? I don't give a buck. No area codes. I do not know your phone area code. That's way too difficult. Oh my God. I overthought the I don't give a buck one. Dude, I'm in Dallas. We're 75201. I saw the 7, and I started thinking too far west because I know it kind of builds up as you go from east to west. Kenny's in 92. That's Southern California. That's got to be 90210, right? You do not want to trade for Daniel Jones, whoever said that. 1st and 10, and a run for Javonte gets 3 yards. All right, I want to do one more zip code. Put your zip code in. No area code. Stop doing your phone number. I do not know your area codes. Robert's in South Dakota Indian Reservation. It's not fun if you tell me where you are, though. Just do the zip code. Garrett, I know that you're already in Colorado, so that's a giveaway.
How about Greg?
Greg, 83714. I'm going to say Greg is in, I'm going to say Utah. Greg's in Utah. Andrew, I'm going to say, is in Kansas. Point blank, 3-2. I'm going to say you are in.
Greg said Boise.
Greg said Boise? What did I say? Utah. That was close. I was just a couple of miles south. RD Fury, 279. I'm going to say Florida.
Andrew said New Jersey.
That was not far off, though. Elijah Munson, I think Eliah's in Alaska. I see 9-9. That's got to be top left. 2nd and 7. Nix is flushed out of the pocket, throws out of bounds, incomplete. Honestly, guessing zip codes might be more entertaining than watching this offense. Team Wilson, 223. Team Wilson, 223. Give me a North Carolina. Give me a North Carolina. RD, what is it? I think I said Florida for you, right? 3rd and 7. Oh, flags come down as Cortland Sutton hauls in a 1st down catch. I think this is going to go against Denver based on the defense's reaction. Jorge Nero, 14-7. Jorge, I'm going to go with New York.
Holding defense.
Holding on the defense. That is a hold on the defense for sure. 1st down, Denver. RD, North Carolina. Wasn't fair. 2 states in between.
Can we get a check on how Marvin Harrison is doing in the Arizona game?
Marvin Harrison has 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
First 2 touchdowns of the game went to Marvin Harrison. All right. Zip codes are on pause as long as the offense gets 1st down. Wildcat, trick play. Bo Nix going deep. Has a man. Caught. Josh Reynolds. Yes. Some trickery from Sean Payton. Denver inside the 10-yard line. Josh Reynolds hauls in the big throw from Bo Nix. The zip codes might have saved the season.
I know.
Zip codes might have saved the season. 1st and goal, Broncos inside the game time red zone. We'll go get it then. Just go in this sheet and just change the name. All right, so this is a wildcat snap to Javonte Williams. Bo Nix is lined up to the right as a receiver. Sutton comes in motion. It's a handoff to Sutton, who pitched it to Nix, who flicks it down the field to Josh Reynolds. So it goes from Williams to Sutton to Nix to Reynolds. Man, 4 guys touched the football that play. That's not very common. Zip codes have mojo. Elijah Munson, if we showed the game on here, we'd get copyright lawsuits. The NFL does not like that. So it's a big no-no. First 25 plays, 75 yards. Last 2 plays, 75 yards. There's your spark. First and goal, snap to Nix. Handoff goes to Javonte Williams. He gets a yard on the play. All right, one more zip code. One more zip code. One more zip code. Well, the zip codes kind of worked. So, one more zip code. Whoever gets the first zip. Okay, Mike Pryor, 2448. Going with Mike, 244. I'm thinking South Carolina. South Carolina for Mike. Second and goal, snap to Nix. He's looking, he's throwing out of the, it's intercepted. Oh, it's picked off in the back of the end zone. The zip codes were an awful idea. The zip, who thought of the zip codes? Bo Nix just kind of telegraphed this pass to the back of the end zone. I just think he doesn't see the defender. Right? The defender kind of like a whack-a-mole just kind of pops up right in front of the receiver. So, here's the problem. I don't know if you can rely on trick plays to be the source of your offense if you can't even convert in the red zone for a field goal because you throw an interception to the back of the end zone. Time end, there will be no safety. It's a touchback. I don't know where the touchback takes you for an interception. 20, 25, or 30. I think it'll be the 20. So, again, I ask what I asked earlier. When do we just start to acknowledge that Bo Nix might not be good? It's early in his career. He hasn't even finished his second game. But the best play of his NFL career was a trick play. He's a better magician than football player at the moment. Yeah, you're right, Greg. He is looking at a different zip code.
Yeah, that was good.
What I'm not going to tolerate, though, is blaming the ground game for that interception. He just threw it to the defender. Like, don't cope with Bo Nix having a bad game and a bad throw by blaming that interception on a lack of ground game. Oh. I mean, that's kind of the next question. But what do you gain by putting Stidham in? Well, you gain maybe salvaging this season, but how often does it ever work out where if you bench your rookie quarterback and you go with a veteran, that you then get something back from your rookie? Like, does Bo Nix just need more time on the bench to watch? I sure hope not. The guy played more college football than anyone. No one's played more college football than Bo Nix at that position. No one should be more ready. Holy shit. Do you see the face paint those people have on?
Oh my God.
That one lady looks like she went to Papa Smurf. 1st and 10. Steelers fans in the chat. Start spamming D to drown out the Steelers fans. 1st and 10. Pittsburgh at their own 20 after the touchback. Fields is throwing deep down the right sideline. Flag comes in on Pat Surtain. This is a flag on Pat Surtain. It's a pass interference. God, Surtain through the season now has 5 penalties. He had 6 all of last year. No one's playing good. Your best player is not playing well. Like your best pure player, Pat Surtain. If you had to nominate one guy to represent your team, it would be him. And he kind of hugs him. Yeah. Handoff goes to Jalen Warren at the Broncos 45-ish. He gets about 2 yards. All right, let's go back to the Bo Nix interception. Nix, he's, I think, wanting to get this ball to Cortland Sutton before the snap. Cortland Sutton's going to run across in the back of the end zone. And the defender just kind of pops up out of Nix's vision for an interception. Snap to Fields. His pass is completed to Freiermuth on 2nd and 8 for a gain of about 6. So 3rd down coming up here. I'm going to say it right now, this is the ball game. This might sound a bit premature, but this is the ball game. No. If you let them convert here, they will score. If they get to 13 points, I think you're done. I don't see this offense scoring 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. This is the game right here, 3rd and 3. Warren doesn't get it.
Got him.
I think it'll be a field goal attempt. Fourth and 1, or they might just go for it. No. Boswell comes out. He has to miss this. You're telling me I'm supposed to believe Denver can put up 2 offensive touchdowns? No way, Jose. Here's the game. 53-yarder. Pack it up. Go home. It's done. It's 13-0 with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And you and I cannot, with a straight face, say this offense is about to put up 2 touchdowns in the next 19 minutes. No way.
Unless we pull out more trick plays. Maybe.
I think you're all trick played out. I think you maxed out the magic. Back to the zip codes.
Yeah.
Back to the zip codes is more.
No, they were working.
They were working?
The trick play.
Okay, you know what? I got a different one. Name of your high school.
Oh.
Can I get the same jurisdiction based off your high school name? High school name. High school name.
Ricardo and Green.
Okay. I don't give a buck. Klein Oak High School. Klein Oak. That just sounds Texas to me. Oak? I'm going to go with Texas for I don't give a buck. Adams Central High School. I am screwed. That could be. There's a Central High School in every state. You're right. That is true. I'll go with Wyoming because I know there's a Central High School in Laramie. I'm unsubscribing. You keep putting Denver. What are you talking about? I keep putting Denver. Adam. Did I get Adam right? I got it right!
No way!
That's really cool. I only knew of one Central for sure, and it was in Cheyenne. There's East and Central. That's pretty cool. Flag on the play. I'm going out. We're done with the high schools. I got one right in Wyoming. I'll do one more. Camden keeps saying North Pole. I do not believe that. So I like the Canes guy. Seminole Ridge. I'm thinking Florida. For that one. I'll do another one. Chubbathon, St. Lawrence. Give me Indiana. 2nd and 11. Snap to Nix. Drop back. Throwing deep. Has a man. Overthrown. Overthrew Marvin Mims, who definitely had 2 to 3 steps on his defender. Canes guy got it by Florida.
Camden said they're not lying. It's actually North Pole High School.
Okay, then I'll give a real one for that. That's a pretty cool high school name. Andrew Lansing High School, I'm going to say Michigan. Nathaniel Corral, Ironwood High School, Ironwood. That gives me Pittsburgh vibes. I'm going to go with Pennsylvania. And then North Pole, Minnesota, 100% Minnesota. 3rd and 11, snap to Nix. Maneuvering in the pocket, he's going to run with it. Nix with his legs is only going to get half the yardage. 4th and 6. I mean, I got to see the L-22 on that play. But unfortunately, I think there is a little bit of a, hey, welcome to the NFL. On 3rd and 11, if you want to run with it, don't expect to outrun defenders at this league. Maybe Oregon State guys you could run over there, not Steelers DBs. Camden, where is it? Are you actually in Alaska? I thought that would be too easy. So I was like, no way they'd actually have that. Austin on the return is going to get mauled down around the 20-yard line. Jacob, I am not trying to argue that Javonte Williams is great right now. I thought he'd be better this year, for sure. So hand up on that one. 12th man, we fleeced you in the trade. You know, as long as Russ was on the Broncos roster, I always like subtly mentioning, well, you moved on from Shelby Harris, and they have Noah Fant still, and you moved on from Drew Lock. So who really won the trade? Plus, I will say, I mean, the Seahawks fan, you can take a serious approach to this question or not, but you did get Charles Cross with the pick. That was and Devin Witherspoon. Okay, you won the trade. I forgot about the Devin Witherspoon part. It's a run for Najee Harris, gain of 9. I'll never get over this because you got Cheyenne Central in Wyoming. That was by far the coolest pull of this entire thing.
That was awesome.
My last job was covering high school sports in Wyoming, so I was like, well, I know there's Central in Cheyenne, but I'm sure there's Central in every single state. But I'll at least take the one known high school in Cheyenne.
The most common high school name, and you got the exact one.
And in the state with the fewest amount of people. 2nd and 1, it's a run for Harris. He gets the first down. Flag comes in at the end, though, so maybe a hold. Ironwood was in Glendale, Arizona. Adam, thank you so much for your super chat, though. Really, really appreciate it. Holding on the offense. The Chiefs, by the way, have regained or taken the lead, I should say, 17-16. Oh, boy. I don't give a buck with a $2 super chat. I don't think I can get right. Second and 11. In the gun. Fields, designed quarterback run, and he's not going anywhere with it. Pushed out of bounds, and he trucked the guy holding the second down marker. Oh, that poor old man. Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a big dude. I think we kind of forget sometimes that quarterbacks can be big. Oh. Cute old man. Hopefully he's okay. He got ran over by Justin Fields. And a little bit of Nick Bonito and Alex Singleton. No, just all Fields. All right. To Jay Gokin High School, get it right, $10. Is this really how the high school is spelled? I don't give a buck. Give you a hint. It's not in the USA. You used to live there. Then I'm going to go with Japan. That's the only place abroad I have lived. But that was not I didn't go to high school in Japan, but that was not the name of my school. Fields throwing, incomplete on 3rd and 12. Trent Cimarron High School. I'm going to go with Utah, Trent. I'm going to go with Utah. $10 super chat. How'd you know that high school existed? I want to know. I don't give a buck. 4th and 12, the Steelers will punt. Marvin Mims on the return gets near the 50, but flags come raining in. Bingo. All right, I have a new one to figure out where you guys are from. Ready? Let me back up. Your favorite local pizza place. Holding on the receiving team on the punt return from Marvin Mims. So what was a decent return is wiped away. Your local pizza place. And don't be funny and put Papa John's or Domino's. Danny, I saw that. What have you missed? Nothing good, to be honest. The defense is kind of keeping this game alive a little bit. 13 points is not like a bad showing for the defense. They forced some punts. They made some stops. But offense just, outside of one trick play, they can't get anything going. Taco Smokes. Papa's Tomato Pies. 1st and 10, it's a run for Javonte Williams. Pie, I feel like, is a little bit regional to describe pizza. I don't think people in the West Coast use the word pie. Now, of course, you could get someone who moved to the West Coast from the East Coast. But I'm going to go with, for Mr. Smokes, Papa's Pies, give me Arizona. That feels like someone who from Chicago or New York moved to Arizona and opened up Tomatoes Pies. 2nd and 2, Nix hands it off to Javonte Williams. He gets 4 yards and a first down. Lindsay Edelman, Seebeck Pizza. I'm feeling Maryland. Lock that in Maryland. Kenny Thomas, Killer Pizzas from Mars. Taco Trend. I had the right idea. I just overthought it. Killer Pizza from Mars. How about a Kansas? 1st and 10 for Nix. Throwing down the sideline, that's incomplete. Just a little overthrown for his tight end, Nate Atkins, and that's the final play of quarter number 3. Atlantis Gaming, Goodfella Pizza. I know that one. ATL. Yeah, that was not a great pass. If you enjoy someone who at least tries to keep you entertained when the offense won't, hit the sub button. Would love to get to 25,250 subscribers. Nicholas Thompson, back to the action pizza. Back to the action pizza. Seriously. Nicholas, I'm going to go with Florida. Kelvin, if you guys would show some of the game, Kelvin, if we did, the NFL would sue us for copyright infringement. We're guessing where you're from based on your pizza. Oh, okay, I think Nicholas is upset with the pizza talk. Taco Smokes, thank you for Nacho, Taco Smokes, thank you for the subscription. Red Zone update, Bengals retaking the lead, 22-17 over the Chiefs. Yep. So make sure to like the videos, by the way. We're trying to beat our preseason like record, which is 547 likes. We're at 312 right now. Brian, sad. I agree. Sad. Poot, Nardello's Pizza. Nardello's. That's Nardello's. I'm going to say New Jersey. Well, that wasn't very nice. Trent, Hungry Howls. I like Utah because I know Trent's from Utah, so now I'm cheating a little bit. I don't know if we can beat the Panthers. I think that's a 3-0 game. Not going to lie. That might be a 3-0 game. Nathan, shutout, headed that direction. Let me ask you guys a question. What's worse, watching this right now or watching the Broncos' first home game with Nathaniel Hackett? Remember that was the win over the Texans? It was a win, but the Texans were Davis Mills-led Texans, bad Texans, and they effed around way too much with them. It's not Denver's first down of the game. 2nd and 10. Free play. Nick's throwing, and I think it's low and incomplete for Sutton. Yeah, this will be an incomplete pass, but it will be a 5-yard pickup off the offsides call. I have one positive thing. I don't think TJ Watt has taken over this game. Yeah. I haven't really said his name too much. Kitty Moreno, enjoy the game. Hopefully they, by October, learn how to score points. Anthony, they may be the Panthers are still worse because their defense is bad too. But they could be the second worst team in the NFL. They get shut out today. How are they not? Handoff goes to Jaleel McLaughlin. He is tripped up, but not before he gets a first down. Across the 50. Let me ask you guys a question. Is it touchdown or nothing on this drive? Like, do you even attempt a field goal? Does going down 13-3
I feel like
do much for you? You need 2 touchdowns still.
I feel like they're still going to kick the field goal.
Like, how about this? If it's under 4th and 5, would you go for it?
Yeah.
Okay. 4th and 6?
Yeah.
I feel like at 4th and 6, you know you're not going to convert, but you know you have to still try.
I think 4th and 8 is the kicker.
1st and 10. This will be a hold, by the way, as Nick throws it out of bounds. Bowles got beat by either Highsmith or Watt. I think it was Highsmith. He had to save his quarterback's life, so he held him. So a holding call is going to put him on the wrong half of the 50. Freshman year, Garrett Bowles is coming to play today, folks.
Danny, that's what I'm thinking. Sean Payton will kick the field goal just to avoid the shutout.
Nick Herbig, second-year man from Wisconsin, drew the holding call. Yeah, maybe. I don't think he wants that, like, stat that, like, he's been shut out. I'm sure he has a streak of not being shut out, and he wants that streak to continue. $5 super chat. 1st and 20. Snap to Nix. Quick throw goes to Dulcich. He doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage on 1st and 20. Has Sean Payton ever been? I'm sure he's been shut out before in a game. It's not easy to get shut out, though. He had some good teams in New Orleans. Someone want to do the research for me? Has Sean Payton ever been shut out before? Surely it's happened. I feel like if he has never been shut out before, the broadcast would be mentioning it. Snap to Nix on 2nd and 20. His throw is dropped by Dulcich. Dropped by Greg Dulcich. Fravel edits. This is the first time I've watched us have a trash offense, and it not be the QB's fault. Besides the 2 interceptions, we just don't have weapons, Bo. What game are you watching, dude? How can you say besides the 2 interceptions? Like, gloss over 2 picks. Also, does he have 2 interceptions? He has the one in the end zone. Yeah, but he's not.
Did he throw one last week?
Yeah, he had 2 last week. Okay. We're watching different game, Fravel. 3rd and 20, a dump down to Javonte Williams. I'm starting to think that this might be like Bo Nix's family super chatting in. Yeah, starting to spit down in Denver. Bo Nix has been bad today. He just objectively has been. If not for the 75, which, I mean, that's still a very good play by him, there's nothing going. Denver's going for it. 4th and 6 from the Steelers 43. Nick's empty set. He's in the gun. Pittsburgh is looking like they're going to bring 5. So ball has to come out in 3 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2. It does. Wide open man. Josh Reynolds. Let's go. First down.
That's huge.
Let's go.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown right there.
Yeah.
Nobody on him.
1st and 10. I think that's one of those plays where look at the line here. Nix knows I'm going with Franklin because I've got 10 yards of separation. Under center, Nix hands it off. Run to the right is not going far as they move inside the Prize Picks red zone. Javonte Williams, the ball carrier. On the bright side, I think Mahomes threw another interception. Bengals have the ball back. Oh, look at that. I don't think the Broncos have ever been shut out at home. The graphic was flashed up very quickly. Oh, my gosh. This is some major propaganda going on by Fravel Edits, but I respect it. 2nd and 8. Knicks dumping it off, and it's a gain of 2 by Tyler Beatty. Third down. Third and 6. Knicks, play clock winding down. Gets the snap off. Standing in the pocket. Pass is tipped and incomplete. Fravel Edits. Well, it's not Bo's fault that Sean won't throw the ball down the field. It is Bo's fault. Sean Payton is not the quarterback. Do you mean like Payton won't draw up plays or call up plays with downfield passing? There have been. Marvin Mims deep overthrew him. So I'm just gonna. Oh no, they're kicking a field goal.
I knew it.
Our wide receivers dropping balls and not getting open. Bo Nix was great at Oregon because he had time and great wide receivers and running backs. We don't. 35-yard kick from Will Lutz is good. Bo Nix's wide receivers and running backs with the Broncos are 100 times better than Oregon. You want to know how I know that? His number 1 receiver from Oregon, Troy Franklin, couldn't even get dressed for week 1 because that's the talent disparity between the NFL and college. Troy Franklin, single season record holder at Oregon, gets to the NFL, and they don't even use him the first week. So don't tell me he has better weapons at Oregon. His best weapon came to him to the NFL, and all the other receivers on the team are better and got to actually get dressed up for week 1. So I don't buy that whatsoever. Dude, you got to come to terms with the reality here. Bo Nix is just not playing well. Now, you can say he's a rookie, it's his second game, slow down, give him some more time. That's a fair response. But don't defend the way he's playing right now. He's not playing well. I don't see how you can argue otherwise. He's simply not executing. Frustrating. The reason why it's frustrating is because if you get sucked into this, you waste the number 1 thing you can't waste. Time. You waste time thinking you've got the guy. You don't want that. So don't allow yourself to just start spreading the blame everywhere else and waste time. Broncos are on the board, 13-3. I mean, when you can make it a 2-score game from a 2-score game in the fourth quarter, you got to do it sometimes. Mike, I think the offensive line is good for the Broncos. Garrett Bowles played very well last year. Quinn Miners is an all-pro caliber player. Mike McGlinchey's a top 10, top 5 highest paid tackle in football. you could do a lot worse than Denver's offensive line. The one squeaky wheel center, Luke Wattenberg, and I don't think he's been that bad. Tez Johnson, Troy Franklin, Bucky Irving, Trayshawn Holden are all better than the wide receiver. No, they're not, dude. If they were, why would Troy Franklin be a healthy scratch week 1? Why would Bucky Irving hardly see the field with Rashad White ahead of him? Those players are not better than Josh Reynolds, Frank Reynolds, always sunny. Josh Reynolds, Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims. They're not. They may have had better numbers in college, but they're playing a much easier level of competition. You really believe that if those players got on the field against an offense with Cortland Sutton, Josh Reynolds, and Javonte Williams, those guys would outperform them with everything else the same, and they're just the only independent variables? No chance. No chance. Ravens 0-2. I'm fine with giving Bo time. That's an acceptable answer. I am. But don't tell me that this game is not Bo's fault. He's not playing well. Two things can be true. Bo's just a rookie. Give him some time. Bo Nix is not playing well today. That's okay. But I think that's the reality here. Joe Burrow fumbled. Scoop and score. Chiefs touchdown. Second and 10. Justin Fields lines up under center from his own 14. Takes the snap, he hands it off, and a run for Cordero Patterson goes for 2 yards. Yeah, Patterson has not had a good game. Michael Audric Estime is out for the next 3 weeks. 3rd and 7. Give Bo Nix Brandon Ayuk and see how he plays. Well, that's just not happening. They just extended Ayuk. 3rd and 7. Snap to Wilson. I'm sorry, Fields. I keep doing that. His pass is completed to Austin. Flag on the play, though, but for the time being, it's a first down. I think this might be on the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. If this is on Broderick Jones, I'm going to laugh out loud. Holding. Offense. I think Jones is spared from it. It's on Dan Moore, the left tackle. Third and 15. Handoff is going to go to Jalen Warren. There's like a fight breaking out there. Like 3 different skirmishes were going on at once. Fravel edits. All I'm saying is we don't have the necessary weapons around Bo to help him be the best version of himself. Draft Travis Hunter or Tez Johnson, please. So I feel like Fravel edits, you dramatically changed from where you started to where you ended. Like you're saying draft Travis Hunter or Tez Johnson. Yeah, cool. I'm not against that. Those guys are studs. But you started off by saying this is not Bo Nix's fault. This is a bad game from Bo Nix. I think he would tell you that himself. And sure, giving him better weapons is likely going to help things. But at some point, he also needs to be a better quarterback by his own, standing. Like the reason why quarterbacks go in round 1 is the belief that, hey, they're so good they can kind of elevate players around them. I'm not seeing that right now. Still early. He's a rookie. I know that's game 2. I'm not saying because of this game he's officially done. But I'm saying right now he's not playing well. Fravel Edits, I do appreciate your super chats, though. It's always fun to have a nice back and forth and a civil one, even if we don't agree. All right, quick shout out to our sponsor today, which is Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. One Caleb Williams passing yard gets you 1 win on Prize Picks every week in September. That's right. Only 1 yard gets you an automatic win every football weekend in September. 4 weeks of free W's. Don't miss this deal on Prize Picks because it's gone when September ends. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. Should I go back to guessing? I'm just teasing. Listen, guys, we can bicker all we want about the minute changes that need to get made. If you could ask Sean Payton to grant a genie to grant him 1 wish, I think the genie would say, better play for my quarterback. Like, that's got to be the first thing you want to see right now. The offensive line, the ground game, all that is also true. But I think a lot of it comes back to Bo Nix just not playing very well right now. No touchdown passes, 3 interceptions through nearly 4 quarters, or 8 quarters. Nathan Corral and Fravel Edits. We'll get both those super chats on screen in just a second. I think you guys are letting Bo off the hook way too much with this no weapons idea. They're not great, but don't cloud your judgment because of that. Bo Nix is going to chuck this one out of bounds. Flag down, though, on the play. Nathaniel Corral. Hey, Petey, I know it's early in the season, but in your opinion, who or what should we target in the draft or free agency? Nathan, that's a really good question. As the referees discuss this flag, let's go like offense to defense here. Offensively, I think it's got to be wide receiver. Cortland Sutton is not on a path to come back for next season. So I would say wide receiver and running back. Which one more? I would probably say wide receiver still. Just because that's got a bigger weight to it than running back. So wide receiver and running back on offense. Defensively, I would say pass rush. All right, there's fouls on both teams here. Block in the back, offense on Garrett Bowles. Holding defense. Those penalties should offset. Replay the down. So pretend like the whole first down play we just watched never happened. Defensively, I like Cooper and Browning and Benito and Ellis, so I don't think pass rush is as big of a need as some others might think it is. Defensive tackle next year, like this is the last year with DJ Jones under contract. You got a lot of other veteran players. You don't have a whole lot of homegrown talent brewing at that position. So interior defensive line, Zach Allen's got 1 year left on his deal after this season. And so I'd say interior defensive line and safety as Dulcich drops a play on 1st and 10. Not that I dislike the Broncos safeties, but none of them look like a next Justin Simmons. And those guys don't come around very often, but I'd still like Denver to go try to find one. Greg Dulcich with 2 bad drops. Like, listen, Fravel, I understand you're a big Bo Nix defender. That's a prime example of, yeah, that's a play his tight end has to make for him. 2nd and 10, Nix running out of the pocket, flag down, and he throws it out of bounds. This is going to be a hold on the offense. Okay, Fravel, I'm seeing the Auburn version of Bo Nix on today's game. He struggled mightily at Auburn because he had to play hero ball because he didn't have the weapons he had at Oregon. Bo is having a bad game. I feel like we're getting towards a much more like neutral playing field, or a common ground, I should say, Fravel. But yeah, we have 2 penalties in the play. Holding on the offense, and then hands to the face defense. Should be offsetting penalties, replay the down. Yeah, I think, Fravel, you hit the nail on the head of, like, we're seeing the Auburn version of Bo Nix, where he was playing hero, and he got himself into trouble a lot doing that. I sure hope that he's just a Travis Hunter away from truly getting elite, but I feel like there are bigger issues than just he doesn't have a star receiver. 2nd and 10. Snap. Oh, my gosh. Penalty parade. I think this is a false start. Oh, no. Neutral zone infraction. Okay. On Alex Highsmith. Alan, it's funny the league's least paid quarterback is crushing y'all. I do not believe Justin Fields is the league's least paid quarterback. If I'm thinking salaries here, it's going to be a rookie or someone on their rookie deal. Oh, Brock Purdy is by far the league's least paid quarterback. So, Alan, you are wrong. 2nd and 5. Snap to Nix. Handoff goes to Javonte Williams, who is taken down for a loss. Third and 7. Snap to Nix on 3rd down. He is going to throw an incomplete pass. Now, pressure was building. Watt looking for some reaction. I don't think Nix has done a great job managing the pocket. Now, that play, Mike McGlinchey doesn't help him out a whole lot there. So you'd like a better rep from your starting right tackle. Denver's going to punt it away on 4th and 7. Somehow the Bengals have retaken the lead against the Chiefs, 25-23. Punt return for Calvin Austin gets cut down before the 20. How do the Bengals regain the lead? 25-23 Cincinnati against KC. Anthony, I think the Denver Broncos offensive line is better than more than half of the offensive lines in football. I think you can put those 5 up against 16 other starting 5s, and Denver would be better than 16. Bowles, Powers, Wattenberg, Miners, McGlinchey. That is a solid offensive line. And I say that because unless they let Garrett Bowles leave after this season, I don't think they're going to draft an offensive lineman in the 1st or 2nd round. 1st and 10, which maybe they will let Bowles walk. But I'll put it this way. If all 5 of those starters were guaranteed to come back next season, I still don't think they replace any of them in the draft in the first 2 rounds. And that says a lot about the offensive line then. McGlinchey has been a disappointment, but you guys are just he's a disappointment from the regard of what you paid him, but he's still not a benchable right tackle. 2nd and 8. Fields hands it off. Mike McGlinchey is getting paid to be a top 10 right tackle. Right now he's a top 30 right tackle. 30's wrong. Sorry. I said top 10 right tackle. Mike McGlinchey is getting paid to be a top 10 offensive tackle. Right now he's playing like a top 30 offensive tackle. Fravel edits. We can't run the ball, and the O-line is getting cooked. Time to say that maybe Javonte isn't it. And also, why did we let Steelers fans take over the stadium? Yeah, Javonte is getting closer and closer to getting benched for Jaleel McLaughlin. And by benched, I mean just having the 2 flip-flop usage. 3rd and 3, Fields throwing deep. Oh, no. Broken up. Incomplete. No flags. Oh, there's a late flag. I think this is not going to be PI. I think they're going to call unnecessary roughness. Fravel added, Steelers fans, they're everywhere. They're one of the most traveled fan bases in America. They're going to call this unnecessary roughness on PJ Locke. It's a BS call. Welcome to the NFL. It's a contact sport. How does PJ Locke know that he does not catch this football? He just can't stop running full speed within a span of a yard. Go outside, run in your front yard, see if you can stop when you hear a whistle within 1 yard. And now keep in mind, there is no whistle. It's a bad call. It's a bad call. First and 10. It's a run for Najee. He gets about 2 yards. The issue is that if we're even wanting to entertain a comeback here, you're down 2 scores. Like, you had to get the ball back with enough time to score. Oh, PJ Locke's furious. PJ Locke is on the bench right now, on the sideline. 2nd and 8. Like, time is your biggest enemy at the moment. Snap to Fields, drops back. He's going to tuck it and run, and with his legs, he'll get 4 yards. If I had told you guys before the season started that through 2 weeks, the Steelers if I had told you guys before the season started that the Steelers would have 1 touchdown through 2 games, you'd say they're 0-2. 3rd and 5. Look at Miles getting the crowd into it. Here's the game. Got to get off the field here. Snap to Field. Oh, bobbles it, mishandles it. Jaylen Warren somehow gets it. Fields was not ready for the snap. It actually ricochets off Fields' chest into the hands of Jaylen Warren, who just runs up the middle for no gain. Fields is not ready for this. And somehow, it actually even avoids the ground. It goes from Fields' face mask to his hands, to Jaylen Warren's hands, to the calf of his receding offensive lineman, back into Jaylen Warren's hands, and no gain on the play. 4th and 7. Denver called a timeout there to preserve some time. I mean, they're down 2 scores, so you got to get a touchdown, I would say, before the 3-minute mark. And then that gives you 1 timeout in the 2-minute warning and 3 minutes to get a stop in the ball back. Punt goes into the end zone for a touchback. Florian Bowles is a good player, but has a ton of great play erasing holding calls. Yeah, he has a holding addiction. And it's unfortunate because I do think that's what holds him back from being regarded as one of the league's better left tackles. I still think he is a good left tackle, but that's what holds him back from the conversation of, ooh, we're talking about the best players on the team. Bowles' name does not come up early because of the penalties. First and 10, it's a throw to Greg Dulcich. He gets 9 yards. It's hurry-up offense, boys. You only have 1 timeout. You have to save that timeout for defense to get the ball back and make a stop if you score here. And I don't think you can chip away. If the Steelers give up a touchdown, but it takes 3 minutes, it's over. Nix on 2nd and 1 does a good job of running with it. He gets 5 yards and a first down. We got to move, though. we just can't be trading 30 seconds for 6-7 yards. It's just not going to be a good enough exchange rate with 4 minutes remaining. Snap to Nix. His throw over the middle is caught. There we go. Lil Jordan Humphrey across the 50. All the way to the Steelers 40. Let's move. Let's move. 3 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. Nice job by Lil Jordan Humphrey after the catch. Okay. We got to move, boys. You only have one timeout, so it's not like you can kind of take your time and use all three. Oh, you have an injured player. Okay. Injured Steeler. 745 people tuned in right now. Hit that sub button. Let's see what our live sub counter is real quick. So an injured Steeler on the play stops the clock at 3:38. It's Dante Jackson. That's who they traded for with the Panthers with the Deontay Johnson trade. Can we get ourselves 7 more subscribers? 25,240. No, you only have to use a timeout for an injury in the last 2 minutes of the game. Oh, appreciate it, Adam. Thank you so much. 1st and 10, snap to Nix from the Steelers 42. Check down over the middle is caught by Lil Jordan Humphrey. He gets about 13 yards. That might be your best wide receiver. He's playing the best of any receiver today. 1st and 10. Nix in the gun, takes the snap. It's a screen caught by Javonte Williams. He gets loose and he gets knocked around. Gain of 11. Inside the Prize Picks red zone under 3 minutes. You really need to score before the 2-minute warning. I mean, at this point, I feel like all of your eggs are in the onside kick basket. But if you want to get in the territory of touchdown, honestly, I would kick a field goal here. I would kick a field goal right now. I'll explain why after 1st and 10. It's a design quarterback run for Nix. What does that do? Gain of 5. You need to use the 2-minute warning for your defense to stop the clock. I think you should kick your field goal right now and make it a 1-score game. Why did you call a quarterback run 5 yards for 20 seconds? Nix, end zone, incomplete. You needed to use the 2-minute warning for your defense. I would have rather seen them kick a field goal with 2.5 minutes, go down 13-6, down 7, kick off or onside kick, and if you don't recover it, you have your timeout and the 2-minute warning to try and get the ball back. Now you are fully invested in the onside kick. You cannot get the ball back after the 2-minute warning with just one timeout. You are mathematically done. Nix takes the snap. This will be the final play before the 2-minute warning. End zone, incomplete. If they kick a field goal right now, I'm going to have a BF. I'm going to have a BF if they kick a field. Oh, my gosh. Both Bowles and McGlinchey are down. Can you throw my email at the bottom? I don't give a buck. If you're still watching, which I really hope you are, I'm going to declare you are the MVP of today's video unless Fravel Edits or Florian Swanson or anyone else for that matter sends in a $300 plus super chat to top I don't give a buck, which doesn't seem all that likely. Yeah. So we're going to send you a jersey for sending in a $300 super chat for being today's MVP. Really appreciate all the support, everyone that super chats in. You guys have no idea how much that helps grow the channel, get us more studio space to do more watch parties like this. If Sean Payton comes out and kicks a field goal, I'm going to have a meltdown. Why waste 30 seconds in the 2-minute warning if you were always going to kick a field goal if you got stopped? I don't give a buck. Are you sure you're typing in the right email? Like Matthew with 2 T's. A lot of people only put 1 T. So the Bengals, by the way, are going to punt it away on 4th and 15, up by 2 points, 25-23, with a little over 2.5 minutes remaining. The punt return for Kansas City is going to give the Chiefs starting offense 1st and 10 at their own 25. It is 25-23. The Bengals or the Chiefs only need a field goal to win by 1. 2.5 minutes for the Chiefs. So plenty of time for Mahomes. They just got to actually get in field goal range. Time is not an issue here. All right, boys and girls. They're kicking a field goal. Why would you not just kick the field goal earlier? Time is more important here. $29-yarder is no. Oh my gosh, it's good by a hair. Nathaniel Corral, 8 in the morning, and I'm already grabbing a beer to cope with this game. Enjoy your Sapporo, Nathaniel. I'm sorry that you have to start your Monday off this way, right? So it all comes down to the onside kick now. All comes down to the onside kick. Come on, boys. All comes down to this. Do I see? Okay. Wait. They're not declaring for the onside kick? What are they doing? They're not doing an onside kick? They only have 1 timeout. What are you doing? Why would you not kick an onside kick here?
Adam, with the new
I don't care about the odds.
Adam, with
the
new
game's
rules,
over.
You can't fake an onside kick.
You have to declare.
You
which
have to declare.
You that's fine. You can only declare it in the 4th quarter. I don't understand. Why would you not kick an onside kick? You have 1 timeout. Let's say this play takes 5 seconds. It'll be a minute 49. They can run 40 seconds off. That takes down a minute. And then another 40 seconds off. Takes about 20. You didn't want to kick an onside kick? A run. Timeout, minute 51. That's the final timeout. Did Sean Payton think he had more than 1 timeout left? This feels inexcusable. So this next play is going to take, let's say, 5 seconds just to keep the math easy. Minute 46. And then they start the 40-minute play clock. So that takes you down to 6 seconds. And then the next play will take 5 seconds. So that'll take you down to 59 seconds. And then run the 40-second play clock. We're talking about 19 seconds. And then the punt, by the way, which takes about 7 seconds usually. So I think Denver, best case scenario, gets the ball with about 12 seconds left at their 20-yard line. Best case scenario. 2nd and 8, it's a run for Najee Harris. And I cannot understand this. I would love to hear a reason for why they did not use or go for the onside kick. A 1% chance is better than a 0% chance. There is a 0% chance if you kick this deep. Let me check. I don't give a buck. Third and 4. And the Steelers are going to snap it. They're going to call a timeout with 1:06. I don't give a buck. I got no email from you. You promise you're sending it to the exact correct email? I'm not trying to jerk you around. I get emails all the time from viewers. And it never fails. Matthew@chatsports.com. Someone tell me why they don't kick an onside kick. Third and 4. Snap to Fields. It's a quarterback keeper, and Fields is not going to get there, but he does something better. He wastes a lot of time. I even checked my spam. Fourth and 4. And the Steelers call a timeout with 18 seconds left. I mean, if you're the Steelers, you just punt this out of bounds. I don't give a buck. If you'd like, you can put your I don't say put your email because I don't want to subject you to getting a bunch of emails. But if you're comfortable, I don't mind emailing you. Carson, that was not very nice. That was not very nice from Mr. Carson Campbell. But that is the price of doing business with an email at the bottom. I don't want to say it. 4th and 4. Yeah. Carson got a good laugh in. All right, here's the punt. Marvin Mims begins his return at the 10. He's tackled at the 19 with 8 seconds. I'm so much looking forward to Sean Payton telling us why he did not go for an onside kick there. All right, I don't give a buck. I can do that for you. I'm ready when you're ready. I don't give a buck. First and 10, no Mike McGlinchey. This is the last play of the game. Snap to Nix. Last play of the game. And he finds Josh Reynolds, who pitches it back to Marvin Mims, who runs out of bounds with 1 second left, actually. So they get about 15 yards in 8 seconds. NFL should adopt the UFL 4th and 15 rule. You know, I actually I'm not on board with this because I do think we need to just acknowledge if you're losing, why do we need to do so much to help you win? Like, why are we rewarding teams that did not play well just for the sake of a little bit of chaos at the end? I understand that's entertaining, but how about just the team that's winning should just have an okay path to winning the game and not to clear a million hurdles? 1st and 10, Knicks, final play, heaving it, and it's intercepted. Picked off, that's the ball game. 13-6, the final in extremely deflating home opener for Bo Nix and the Broncos. There's a lot wrong. Yeah, I think the Chiefs get into field goal range. So we're going to watch the end of the Bengals game. They have 1st and 10 with 38 seconds left. I'll share my thoughts in the post-game video in a moment. Let's watch the end of this Chiefs game, though. Mahomes pump fakes and throws it out of bounds. They're right at, like, Harrison Butker field goal territory. Second and 10 for the Chiefs. A defensive penalty got them in field goal range. They're at the Bengals 36. So they're not in a gimme territory here. Mahomes takes a snap on 2nd and 10. He hands it off, and Steele gets about 3 yards. 3 yards, excuse me. Third and 8. Is Harrison Butker going to make it? Broncos for life. Maybe Peyton Manning will straighten out Bo. Have at it. I'm all ears. Third and 8 coming up here. Third and 8. Mahomes takes the snap. He hands it off to Steele. He gets about a yard. So the Steelers, the Chiefs, they're going to attempt about a 49, 50-yarder to win the game. It'll all come down to the right foot of Harrison Butker. After this, we'll start our post-game video. Harrison Butker to win the game. 49, 50-yarder. It'll come down to this, as Frosted Tips Joe Burrow watches from the sideline. 51-yarder. 51-yarder for Butker to win the game. Do you think he's going to make it or miss it? Kick is up. He drilled it. He drilled it right down the middle. It's good. Chiefs win. 26-25. Mahomes and Burrow finishing another classic. Wow. Chiefs always manage to find a way. That's what the good teams do, right? That's what the good teams do. Okay. Well, as soon as Reed is ready, we'll start our post-game video. Not a really exciting game for the Broncos, though. No touchdowns, 2 field goals in the second half. They couldn't move the ball at all in the first half. Sean Payton with an inexplicable non-onside kick at the end. None of that made sense to me. He completely mismanaged that. Just doesn't make any sense. Bo Nix so far, 2 weeks in, 384 yards, so averaging about 190-ish yards a game and 2 interceptions and no touchdowns. 1 touchdown on the ground, to be fair. Oh. So my gripe is with this order. Bo Nix, he just isn't playing well. Like 246 yards, 2 interceptions. I think if you actually watch the game, you'll know that those 246 yards largely came from a trick play and then kind of garbage time at the end. For much of the game, they were pulling teeth just to get a first down. And then Sean Payton, what are we doing at the end? So much of that was mismanaged by him. Like, it's not even just not going for the onside kick. Why would you kick a field goal after the 2-minute warning on 4th down when you could have kicked a field goal earlier and then use the 2-minute warning to help your defense and your offense get a stop and get the ball back if the plan all along was to kick it deep? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. I don't know, but I need you to get. I don't know. I don't know what you're really even asking. You copy and paste the team stats in, and then it spits out list 5 logo and 2-player stat comp at the bottom. So then copy and move that over. Then I don't know. I don't know what you're asking. Okay. Juwan Powell, our run. Yeah, I mean Javonte Williams, 11 carries for 17 yards. He sucks, and unfortunately, I think it's probably because of the injury. But there's no ground game. There's no passing game. What I don't want to hear is people say one is because of the other. Here's the tough pill to swallow. They're both just bad. They are. It's not because of one. Sure, one could help the other, but they're both just bad on their own. I feel bad for this defense. I mean, it's not like an 85 Bears defense, but they're making stops. They're making some plays here and there. I mean, they're keeping the offense in the game. If the offense scored 14 points today, if the offense scored 2 touchdowns, they win. That's what you're working with. That's tough for a defense to wake up and go, man, we can't give up more than 6 points or else we're going to lose. Touchdowns worth 6 alone. What more can they do? What else can they do? They got to score for the offense too now? This all comes back to the offense, and it comes back to the passing game and the run game sucking. By themselves, together, it's bad. It's not good. Okay. Are we ready? So we're going to do a full post-game show. We're going to break down this loss for Denver. 13-6 the final. Steelers come into Denver and improve to 2-0 and push the Broncos down to 0-2. Fravel edits, same team, different year. Same team, different year since Super Bowl 50. Great defense with an offense that can't score and has incompetent QB play. We are cursed. Fravel edits, your last super chat compared to your first super chat. You've come all the way over to my side of the alley now. But yeah, I have nothing more to add to that. You're spot on. It's a very accurate description of what we just saw. Okay. Let's break it down. I'm ready when you are ready, Reed. Here we go. Broncos drop the home opener 13-6, and this team might just stink. This team might just be bad. Bo Nix was bad. The offense was bad. The ground game was awful. Everything was bad offensively. Sean Payton was bad. Defense, I wouldn't say is like a lead or anything, but damn it, they held the Steelers to 13 points. Offense needed to score 2 touchdowns to win the game, and they can't do that. But for me, I think the two focal points that we need to focus in on are Sean Payton and Bo Nix. Let's start with Sean Payton, and then we'll get to the rookie. What was that at the end of the game? I have two major qualms with the way Sean Payton handled the last 3 minutes of that football game. One, baffles me that you do not attempt an onside kick. Best case scenario was you got that. The ball back after a punt with 9 seconds. You thought you had a better chance of scoring from your own 20 with 9 seconds than converting an onside kick? They're not great odds, but at least try the first one because you know that the last one is not going to yield a touchdown. That's a guarantee. Secondly, the other qualm I have is not just the way that he cowardly outed of a onside kick attempt and just kicked it deep, but let's go through the last 2.5 minutes by detail. Denver has one timeout. 2.5 minutes, he calls a quarterback draw to get 5 yards. We are swapping 5 yards for 20 seconds. That's a bad exchange rate. That's just a horrible trade-off right there. What I think he should have done with 2.5 minutes is kick the field goal, which he ended up doing after the 2-minute warning anyway, and then you can either do an onside kick, or if your plan all along was to never do an onside kick, which I still don't comprehend, but fine, kick it deep, you have one timeout and the 2-minute warning. Instead of getting the ball back with, 9 seconds, you get it back with about 50 seconds or a minute. That's a lot more attainable to score off of. So, not kicking the field goal, if the plan all along was to kick it deep, why would you wait till after the 2-minute warning to kick a field goal? Kick it when you're in field goal range and preserve time if you always wanted to kick it deep to trust your defense to make a stop. Just made no sense from Sean Payton at the end. That was rookie head coach nonsense. Not a Super Bowl winning head coach who's been around for 2 decades. Unbelievable. Now Bo Nix. He's a rookie. It's his second game. I don't think we are at a spot where we can make a full decision on Bo Nix's career. But it's bad. I'm not going to look at 246 yards and let me talk myself into, oh, it wasn't so bad. Oh, no. Anyone that watched this game knew that offense could not move the ball for the first 3 quarters. Now, at the end, Lil Jordan Humphrey kind of tossed him a lifeline, and they started to move the ball a little bit. I mean, the first 25 plays of the game, they had 75 yards. And then they had 2 plays where they got 75 yards thanks to a trick play. If the offense has to be centered around a trick play, we're in deep doo-doo. This is not good. Bo Nix is just not playing well. Now, again, as a rookie, you can get some leeway. Look at the way Bryce Young struggled all of last season. He's still around right now starting for the Panthers. But you can also go the different direction. Look at the way Josh Rosen struggled his entire rookie season and how quickly they replaced him. Bo Nix is simply not playing well. He's not getting help from the ground game. Javonte Williams is also not playing well. 11 carries for 17 yards. You only get so many plays offensively. To invest 11 snaps into this portfolio, which yields you that, just light it on fire. You're going nowhere. But here's the thing that no one wants to hear. Passing game is bad, and the ground game is bad, and they're bad on their own merit. They're not bad because of the other one. They're both bad. It's 2 games into the season, but I'm not going to stand for people telling me you're overreacting. He's just a rookie. It's 2 games. Settle down. I'm old enough to remember when I had this type of tempo and just overall tone in my voice after the Broncos win against the Texans with Hackett. And I was like, this shit is not good. And you guys didn't believe me, or some of you did not believe me. And look where that season ended. This feels like it's on the same path. Boys and girls, it's been 2 weeks. Bo Nix is not throwing a touchdown pass. They didn't score a single touchdown today at home. It's not good. I've got more to rant on, as I'm sure we're all in the same mental space right now after that ugly 13-6 home loss. But first, I do want to shout out our sponsor today, which is Game Time. Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app and create an account and use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Game Time has an awesome deal where you can actually get the Game Time guarantee, which is if you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Download the Game Time app, use code CHATSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHAT Sports for $20 off your first purchase. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time. I mean, Denver knew what the Steelers were going to do, which was run the football. And I felt like they did an adequate job of stopping it. 4 yards a pop for Pittsburgh, 141 yards, only 110 through the air. And that reflects with the score. But unfortunately, one trend through 2 weeks I'm noticing from the defense, and they were kind of living and dying off this last year, turnovers. You had a little bit of that last week in Seattle. 2 safeties. Singleton makes a great play early on. But very little pass rush today and no oomph plays for the defense when, hey, 13 points allowed is a great day for Denver's defense. It is. But this is the unfortunate challenge they are tasked with. They need to almost score on their own if this team has any shot of winning. Because Bo Nix, I don't really care about the second interception, but the red zone interception is just inexcusable. Like, for anyone that's going to try and tell me Bo Nix just needs better weapons, okay, I'm going to give him Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, and Justin Jefferson. I still think he throws that interception in the end zone, right? There are certain things that sure Bo Nix could have around him that would help pick him up a little bit, but at some point, he's a big boy. He's got to get shit done on his own right. It can't constantly be giving him lines of defense and Sean Payton telling us that everyone around Bo needs to get better. That's a crock of you know what. Bo Nix needs to get better himself too. There's a lot of improvements that need to get made around Bo Nix, but Bo Nix is not spared from this. Bo Nix needs to make probably the biggest improvement of anyone on this offense. Defensively, Patrick Surtain didn't have a good day at the office. It won't really reflect much on the stats. Penalties are becoming a bad habit of his. He's got 5 penalties by my count through 2 weeks. He had 6 all of last year. If not for a holding call by Broderick Jones, he would have given up a huge play to George Pickens. But thankfully, that's not the case. But the defense and special teams, they're doing their job. But we're back to the same Broncos football we've watched for 10 years. Offense stinks, quarterback's bad, and the defense is wasting their time. How is this any different from Teddy Bridgewater, Trevor Siemian, Case Keenum, or Russell Wilson? It's only been 2 games, but these 2 games are very reminiscent of every quarterback that has started since the sheriff retired. Before we go, I don't know if my rant encouraged people to subscribe or hit them with a bunch of really tough pills to swallow so they want to go somewhere else that gives them good news. But unfortunately, when you're 0-2, I'm not going to give you good news. This was crap, and it is reflected in the standings. All right, boys and girls. We will sign off. Power to everyone who watched this entire game. You deserve a Purple Heart. No touchdowns, 13-6. Broncos got some work to do. We'll see you guys later.